There it goes. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my day 345. It is April 22nd, 2017. It is Thunder over Louisville weekend. Normally, people would be down at the riverfront kind of watching an air show. There probably are people down there, very dedicated people, but it's raining and overcast and crummy and cold. It's the kind of day you get sick if you stay outside, but there's probably people down there watching the planes, what they can see of them. And then tonight will be, I believe, the largest or second largest fireworks display in the United States. So it's actually a pretty good deal. Historically, I kind of avoid it like the plague because there's so many people that to get down there, you have to go down there like during the day and kind of stake your claim, and then you're there stuck. And I just don't like to be stuck. I need that freedom. My attention span is too short anyway. And then fireworks are not, they're ooh, ah, and then I get bored with them, if that's possible. So it's not a good deal for me. But in the past, it was something that my ex-wife would take my daughter to, and they would leave early in the morning or midday and stay till late at night. And so I would have, 8 hours to myself, and I could come out and be myself. And it was more than just an hour or two. It was a full experience, whatnot. So that was kind of cool. To look back on this year as being, I'm just going to adjust my chair here. This year is being a little different because I'm myself all the time now. Isn't that cool? I was thinking, I kind of tend to, when I make a bunch of videos like in a row, back to back, day to day, it usually means that something's going on, and it's been like 3 days, which means things have kind of normaled out. So what I'm thinking is probably would be good. I normally like to do the videos off the top of my head, but I'm thinking it would be probably better to like write stuff down and then do a video like once a week or twice a week. At the same time, if something happens and it's part of my life and this is my blog about transitioning, then it needs to be done. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Now, the other thing I want to talk about real quick is my hair. Look at this. That is huge. To take your bangs and go, and they meet under your chin. Now my glasses probably add another centimeter difference, but to be able to do this and meet under your chin, that is a huge, it'd be better if it was back here, I grant you, but this is a huge step for someone who had a Air Force buzz cut for many years. But like when your hair gets like this long, you could start to do stuff with it. Not that I can do that right now. It's barely back there. But that's a huge step. I started to grow my hair in October of 2015. And then I cut it because I was an idiot. And I started growing it again in November. So it's been November to November would be a year, December, January, February, March, April. So it's been 1 year and 5 months. This is that length. And up until that time, I had a buzz cut. I had a take her down, high and tight, high walls, whatever, white walls. And so this is kind of a big deal for me. And I've always wanted kind of long hair. But a couple of things that are going on this week. Group meeting is going really, really well. Obviously, I can't tell you details because it would be against the group policy. But it was nice to see the other people in the group, and I'm kind of gonna see if they're interested in exchanging Facebook stuff and whatnot. Just because I think it's important if you're with a group of people that you have access to saying hello, or if something happens to them or something happens to you, it's the whole point of having a friend and being sociable. We'll see. So we'll see how that goes. A little bit of, I think the reason why a couple days have passed is I have become, I'm not going to say complacent because that is not the right word, and content is not the right word either, but maybe I have accepted my situation that I am going to lose weight at a much slower pace. And that really I think the underlying reason behind that is I had this plan that I was going to have my surgery in June, okay, which would be like a month and a half from now, right? This being almost the end of April. I wanted to have my surgery in June to meet my health insurance. I'm almost at my max out of pocket. I've definitely hit my deductible. If I was to have surgery, it would cost me like under $1,000, okay? And I have that in my HSA account right now. I mean, literally, I could go to the hospital if it was possible. I could go to the hospital and have the surgery, and my insurance would cover most of it, and I have the rest of it on my card. And that is a fantastic place to be if you're skinny. But I have accepted the fact that I have to lose this weight, and it may very well be a year from now. It may be a whole turn of the wheel, whole cycle. I usually hit my deductible in November, and it's just a matter of next time it comes around on the calendar wheel, hopefully I will, it gives me 6 more months to lose the weight and everything else. And I guess, like I said, I have come to peace. That's the good word. I have come to peace with having to wait. But that doesn't mean I'm resting on my feet, my laurels. I mean, I am still exercising every day, getting out of bed, walking, eating healthily, whatever. But I've come to a peaceful understanding that is the process. And as I demonstrated with my hair earlier, I'm enjoying my life. And my story about Thunder, I'm enjoying being who I am. I mean, I get to be who I am every day, and that's a blessing. It doesn't matter what's between my legs. You know what I mean? Like, that is like the crux of it. My daughter is good, things are good at work, all these other things, and I get to be myself on top of that. That's like icing on the cake. And if I was where I was a year ago, or 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, I'd be talking to my future self and going, quit your bitching. It'd be like, do you know how lucky you are? So from the past me, I would say thank you, and to the future me, I'd say keep trying. That said, I got another encounter with the word normal, and it was today. Last week I got a letter from my surgeon's scheduler, and she kind of described that I was abnormal or non-normal because I was obese. My BMI was off. And the use of the word normal just bothered me. But then my weight coach today, and I've been on a weight loss program since January. Okay, I've lost like 21, 22 pounds. She used the word normal. Like, normal is a BMI of 28 or less. That's normal. And so if you're fat, then you're abnormal. You're not normal. And there's just something about that just bothers me. And I looked it up in the dictionary. I think for myself, I'm confusing normal with natural. Something that's natural. I'm very natural. I'm naturally heavy. I'm naturally obese. That is my natural state. Okay? Natural. Nature. Ooh, that's a good argument. Anyway, I'll have to explore that later at my next walk. I need something to think about. But the idea of normal is like the currently accepted process. It's something that can be subjective, and it's something that changes. And so to say it's not normal, again, I think it's the wrong thing. I would much rather someone say to me, Robin, I know that you don't have potato chips in your house, because I don't. But if you decide to eat that bag of potato chips, you will likely impact your ability to lose weight. And I know that's important to you. I would much rather have someone say to me that than to say I'm not normal because I'm fat. And that said, this my normal is getting out of bed and walking 4 or 5 miles, taking a break, doing something, whether it be my job or on the weekends, I'm cleaning my house or I'm going grocery shopping or doing things, and resting a little bit, and then I walk again. And so it made me want to say, you know, okay, for everyone else in the room, raise your hand. How many of you walk, 8, 9 miles a day, every day, 7 days a week? How many of you are eating a 800, 900, 10 calorie, diet every day? Again, put it all together, and again, it just makes me feel like I want to say, no, this is not normal. It is not normal for me to be walking, exercising 3 hours a day. That is not normal. So I guess I'm not normal. But it just bothered me. Call it what it is. And then they said something about positive behavior and negative behavior. And if you were at a party and everyone was and they always avoid alcohol. I've noticed this too. It's always food. Someone's eating a piece of cake, and they ask you to have one. They're exhibiting negative behavior? And I want to say, no, it's not negative and it's not positive. Call it what it is. They're tempting you to do something that will disrupt your weight loss program, but that doesn't make it negative. Like I said, to me, negative is bad. And if you're going to say good and bad, and in what I alluded to just like 30 seconds ago, people always say something about like marijuana is bad, or this is bad, smoking is bad, but it's okay to drink alcohol. How many deaths are, how many people have like gotten high and died versus how many people have like had too much to drink and then gotten behind the wheel of a car and killed somebody? The alcohol is like this holy drug that everyone just, oh, it's okay, it's just drinking. So again, call it what it is. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. This morning I decided to get up and exercise and have I had sliced red pepper, like red pepper slices, a little bit of cheese, a little bit of olives. During the day I might have a little bit of yogurt for dairy, but I'm eating fruit and vegetables. Don't assume, like I said, just that assumption that just ticks me off. And I use that for when I walk. I get angry and I'm like, I'm going to go walk. That's really it as far as the transition goes. There is something else, and I'm not sure. I've noticed now. Guys who work out. I noticed the other day, and I can't say who it is in case they might watch this video at a later date, but I noticed, like, normally friend conversation, and it would just be that. But the other day, I noticed that under his shirt, as he moved, his pecs, I don't know what these muscles are. I don't have them. Whatever, I probably do, but you know what I mean? Like, his muscles moved, and as he moved, like he's reached for something, and I could see like the muscles underneath, the corded muscles underneath his shirt, and I was like, oh golly. And then I caught myself, and I'm like, I'm getting turned on. That didn't happen a year ago, So anyway, that's a change. And really, I can't think of anything else. Like I said, I'm going to start to do this week to week and go from there. Just another day, another, trying to think. I was starting to look for a diversion. I noticed that too. We found a piano. I think I made a video about that. And we're tuning it. And my daughter and I, we're going to kind of learn, teach each other how to play piano. I'm trying to keep my mind occupied on things. My daughter took my knitting needles, and so I made sure to buy myself a set of knitting needles that are going to be mine. And again, just something to keep my mind active, and so I'm not focused so much on my weight. So, all right. Well, I guess I better go. I'm hungry. So, until next time, good luck, everybody.